Welcome to Agenda Update on ASBS Enugu. The present administration in Enugu State appears to be in a haste to deliver on its promises to the people. Of course, the mantra is that of disruptive innovation in every sector. The agricultural sector, of course, is key to the development of any state or country. Today on Agenda Updates, we are taking a look at fast-tracking agricultural development in Enugu State. And we have in the studio the program manager of the Enugu State Agricultural Development Program, Dr. Ogbonna Onyeisi, and of course the president of the Enugu Farmers Association Forum, Honorable Giovanni Madubuaku. Welcome, Dr. Ogbonna Onyeisi, to Agenda Updates.
It's my pleasure to be here once again.
Honorable Giovanni Madubuaku, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Onyeisi, having fully taken over leadership at ENADEP, at least you were here about a year ago, and today we are discussing, in the light of what we have on the ground in the state, how to fast-track agricultural development in the coal city-state of Nigeria. What is the role of ENADEP, and how far so far?
Well, the fast-tracking agricultural development of the state, you can see that ENADEP, which is the Enugu State Agricultural Development Program, is the center of it, because we are the implementer of government policies in agricultural development. ENADEP is one of the 36 agricultural development programs in Nigeria. Every state has one, including Federal Capital Territory. It is a federal government policy to partner with states and development partners to develop programs on how to increase and improve agricultural population of Nigeria, and each state in particular. So our objective of ENADEP, which is in line with the objective of the agricultural development program, is to increase the agricultural production of Enugu states. One is also to increase the income of the farmers and raise the standard of living of the rural farmers. And for us to do that, we have to implement programs that will help us to achieve that. And since I came on board, we've been trying to utilize what we have and also try to create partnership and relationship that will help us achieve the goal. That's why I'm here, the president of the Enugu State Agricultural Association Forum. We have been partnering with them to see how we can, because we cannot achieve anything in agricultural development if we ignore the farmers. And when we talk of farmers, in agriculture there's various value chain. So he's the one coordinating all the association of the various value chain. And we're now in agreement with them, see how we can partner in exchange of information, in training of farmers, and also in helping them to acquire modern innovation, technology in agricultural production. We have also tried to extend our relationship by partnering with some organizations like University of Nigeria Center for Excellence. They are trying to develop some machineries that use solar energy to empower agricultural equipment. So it is in progress. We have also entered an agreement with the Nigerian Chamber of Commerce in Japan, where we discovered that Japan has, Japanese International Agency has collaborated with ENADEP in the past and continue sending information about development, especially in the rice production. And if you are not aware that it was a Japanese company that built the other rice projects, and they keep on sending us updated information on the rice production. So many other activities we have engaged, especially trying to create relationship with other agencies and other organizations. Our aim is to achieve all these objectives.
Thank you, Dr. Onyeisi. Giovanni, now that the program manager has mentioned as one major activity of ENADEP within this period, having to identify who the real farmers are, and of course having to collaborate with farmers who you lead as their president in Enugu State to see how far you could go in making agriculture profitable and of course a huge success in the state. What has been the benefit of this relationship with ENADEP and of course the government of Enugu State in its entirety?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, our organization, before we got constituted, we gathered the real farmers. One of the rules that we took for us to accept membership was we must have a farm or in one of the agricultural banks. It was possible for us to do it, and we sensitized them. Then the past administration was giving us no help. We came together. How do we help ourselves? If you have a cassava stem, you lend your brother. If you have equipment, that was how we considered ourselves. And as a matter of fact, we have undergone so many trainings. First of all, we tried to look for the problems of agriculture and why people are not interested, why the youth are not interested in agriculture. We discovered that one of the major problems is the non-availability of mechanized equipment. Like I will always tell you that when you study your agriculture, they will tell you that the mechanized farming is the best. So when you grew up, you didn't see any machine, so people started being uninterested. So one of our problems have become mechanized equipment, and we discovered that most of the people doesn't have adequate training. They don't even know how to farm maize. Okay, then again, the cost of agricultural inputs like fertilizer is so high that after you have paid for the labor manually, you pay for the fertilizer with epileptic knowledge. That means you have failed. So a lot of all the farmers were failing. So this is one of the reasons why people are not interested in farming. So when we formed, we now said, how do we start solving this problem by ourselves? So our organization has been based on training, because we discovered that if we were able to go back to organic farming using natural fertilizers like our ancestors did in the past, it would be a way of saving the cost of fertilization. So we know that the cost of fertilizer constitutes a very big cost in our production. So if we're able to reduce the cost of fertilizers, we've already reduced the cost of production, and people will be interested. So at the same time, we discovered that we have to find a way to get the tractors. Okay, the tractors that have come into the state in the past couldn't work out because there's no training, and people were not trained on how to maintain and even to use these machines when they came. So people they're learning it because of learning the equipments were abused. Okay, we started finding out that some of the local governments sold the tractors. Some of them had hired the tractors to neighboring states. So at the moment, we won't believe that we have up to close to 100 tractors in Enugu State. Tractor doesn't die. So why are they not working? The local government are all packing theirs there, all packing the tractors there. So one of the efforts we are making at the moment is that we have gone to identify these tractors where they are, and at the same time we have equally contacted professionals who will come to fix these tractors. We have John Deere, we have New Holland, we have MF, and we have Mahindra. And we have made plans to bring in Mahindra people to come and fix it, John Deere people to come and fix theirs, New Holland to come and fix theirs. At the same time, we have already flagged up our free training on organic fertilizers. Last year we started it in Ogbonna local government. I can tell you that over 500 women in Ogbonna this season manufactured their own fertilizers. Now, by the grace of God, in the next couple of days, we are flagging off to all the local government. The Christian mothers will be doing their August meeting, and we're going to use this as an opportunity to reach out to them. By the time we are able to reach out to these people, I'll tell you that we have saved the cost of fertilization, and again, we are equally training them on how to farm these products. They don't know when to apply fertilizer. They don't know when to apply fertilizer. So teaching them how to, we also help their yield. Now, when you use organic fertilizers, your product will have more export value. If you keep product produced with fertilizer, artificial one, and the one done with organic, they will come and take. It's just some countries don't even allow you to export fertilizer with cultivated crops. So it will add more value. There will be more profit, and then the use will be more interested in again. So we have identified the actual problem, and we are hoping that our governor, who has shown more interest now in agriculture than the previous administration, will partner with the real people who have already known the problem of agriculture. At the same time, database. We know that the farmer doesn't have a database. When the government wants to do something, some people will go and bring their ancestors to come and collect the thing. So we are also working on having a strong and well-filtered database of real farmers, and also database of people that are intending to farm. So we are working on that, and at the same time making effort to partner with the governor to enable him achieve his agricultural promises. At the moment, we learned that the governor is about to, Enugu State will soon have one of the biggest ethanol extracting factories. So in Enugu State, and that will be matched up with 100,000 hectares. Okay, so there's no way the governor can achieve what he wants to do without knowing the actual problem that we have. If the governor, how can you cultivate 100,000 hectares without a tractor? It's not possible. And again, for your cassava to be rich, the farmers have to be trained on how to use manufacture organic fertilizer, so that the cassava, the 100,000 hectares worth of cassava will have more value. And also the training we are talking about, these people have to be trained how to apply fertilizers and everything. So you can see that the problems that were identified, if the government should heed to it, the program will be a success.
Thank you. Dr. Onyeisi, now that the road is clear for equal participation of both the young, the women, and all that are interested in agriculture in Enugu State to come forward and partner with ENADEP and with the president of the Farmers Association, saying that they've even gone further to train rural women on how to produce fertilizer on their own. And you also mentioned a value chain. We'd like you to talk about that, and of course the registration which you mentioned.
Okay, thank you. As he rightly said, this we flag up. Actually, we partnered with a company to flag up that registration. Training of farmers. So, and we intend to expand it to all the local governments in Enugu State. Bring farmers, train them on how to manufacture this organic fertilizer locally, which is a pet project we have in partnership with Southfield International, which Madubuaku is also executive officer there. So that is like a partnership between the Southfield and then we expand it to all the local governments. Then the issue of registration of farmers is also our pet project, because we want to know who are the actual farmers, what do they produce, what are agricultural value chain. So if we know that, it is easier to know which agricultural value chain we have a comparative advantage in Enugu State, and how can we now introduce new one, how can we encourage people. So, and what we do in this registration is that we try to harmonize the old database, like of course as his association, they have one, other associations, and the different database. So we want to have a harmonized database in each value set. For instance, we're starting with cassava. We want to know who cultivates cassava in Enugu State. what is the size of the land the person cultivates? What is the quantity that they can harvest? So, because this will help even the investors, those who want to establish processing plants. If you establish processing plants in a locality, you can now easily know the quantity of cassava being produced there. And so, this registration is a strategic key.
Thank you. Please don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.
You are watching ETV Channel 50.
Hello. Welcome back to Agenda Update. Still in the studio are Dr. Ogbonna Onyeisi, Program Manager, ENADEP, and Honorable Giovanni Madubuaku, the President, Enugu Farmers Association Forum, still discussing fast-tracking agricultural development in Enugu State. Dr. Onyeisi, now that you said that interest has continued to grow in the agricultural sector, with the innovations the state government is bringing in, and of course, what ENADEP has in stock, the young men, of course, feel that agriculture is just all about going to the farm. Is there more to it that could actually attract them?
Actually, that is what we are doing to bring agriculture innovation. Because when you look at agricultural value chain, you have the cultivation and production. Then you have the processing aspect of it. Then you have the marketing aspect. Then the logistics. So in the cultivation and production, most people think that is only agricultural value chain, but it doesn't stop there. The processing is a very huge activities of agriculture. So, and it can be done with modern technology. I've said earlier that we have a kind of a partnership agreement with the University of Nigeria Center of Excellence to develop a modernized dryer, which the
most of the tractors acquired by the state and given to the local government and of course the ministry are parked and not functional because of the inability of the operators to operate them and of course abuse, like you said. What do you think should be done to make things better in that regard, and of course ensure food security in the states, considering the comparative advantage that each local government has in one agricultural produce or another, in view of the fact that you are the president of the Farmers Association in the United States, and by virtue of that you must have had contact with farmers from various localities and what they are able to give in terms of produce.
Thank you very much. I would say that as the leader of the Farmers Association, we have already identified the problems, and mechanization is one of the problems. When we talk about mechanization, not that the government have not played a role trying to support the farmers, but they did it in the wrong way. They brought these tractors without training people on how to maintain it. So most of the people abused it. Some of the people, some of the local government chairmen leased the tractors away. They took care of the state. Some of them abused it and left it there, left it packed. At the moment, they bought the tractors about 9 million plus each. You can imagine that tractors worth over 300 million is stocked. Tractors is no more 9 million now. It's about 35 million. You can now imagine the amount of money that is being backed. My organization, not just waiting, we are trying our best on how we can help the government. We have been able to identify the locations of the ones that are still available in Enugu State. We also discovered that some of them are out of the state. We have the complete data and the registration numbers of all these tractors with us. And we are looking forward to meet with the governor, who Of course, you know it's not possible to achieve 100,000 hectares without mechanization. We believe that one of the first things you should do is to reactivate these tractors. It's much more economical to reactivate them. Tractor doesn't die, like I always say, than to purchase new. Most of the implements are intact. It's just the engine needs to do some little. And we've also made the arrangement to contact a New Holland company, the one that produced the New Holland tractor, the people that deal on MF tractor, to come and fix it. John Deere tractor, we are involving them to come and fix their tractor. So the Mahindra people, we are involving them to come and fix it. That's the only way you can get it right. If you try to fix it locally again, you won't get it right. So we are trying to invite those companies internationally to come and help us. We are hoping that the governor will give instruction or give us the permission to collect all the tractors and have a base. If we can collect all these tractors, it will enable us to set up an agro equipment leasing company, which can generate funds for the state. So if this is done, we cannot be sure that these tractors will be managed properly, and at the same time, when it's done, it will reduce the cost of production in the state, and the people will not get interested.
The program manager, ENADEP, is it possible for that farmer in the rural area where he or she lives and does his or her farming work to get in contact with ENADEP? In those days, we used to have Agri Extension officers. We would like you to talk to us about that. And of course, which other ways do you think that the farmer could approach your office for information or any form of assistance?
Thank you. As I said earlier, ENADEP main activities is all about agricultural extension services. And to achieve that, in Enugu State, we have about 6 agricultural zones being manned by zonal managers. And it is expected also we have extension agents in every community. Of course, because of lack of staff, we cannot achieve that. But these zonal managers, they are a direct staff of ENADEP, and they can be reached in every local government through your supervisor council of agriculture. You tell the office. We have office in all this agricultural zone. And now, as I said, we are engaging now in cassava registration of cassava farmers. And anyone interested to be involved, you can go to another website, enugustateadp.com. We have information about all our activities, including this cassava farmers registration. You can also come to another head office, which is number 1 Garden Avenue, GRA. Then, through our zonal managers, you can get the form. You can also come to us or get them so that you'll be able to register. And we will start from cassava. We also extend this to other value chains and issue of the training, which we also hope to take off. We want to reach to every nook and corner of Enugu State so that farmers can really be abreast of what we are doing. That is our function, and we want to make it very effective right now to reach every farmer who has any problem to be able to contact ENADEP for extension services.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ogbonna, Onyeisi, Program Manager, ENADEP, for coming. Thank you, Honorable Giovanni Madubuaku, the President of the Enugu Farmers Association Forum, for being here. And we hope you'll also come again to talk to the people of Enugu State on how to make the best of the efforts both the government and you out there are doing to make sure that we do not only feed but also have agricultural produce to export. I am Chukudi Ogbe, saying thanks immensely for being part of Agenda Updates.